And bam. Oh, I got a like. I got a like before I got a view. That was interesting. Wonder how that happened. Can you guys hear me through this? Test, 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 test. Good day, Lemuel. Oh, new person. Are you hearing me through the microphone, Lemuel? Tell me, because the sound should change as I go further away, and it should get louder as I bring the mic closer. Cool, beautiful. I like holding it here because there's a lot of noise in this park, like trains and shit. So if I hold it here, get a bit of a better result. Hey, Roger. Alright guys, hit me up with any questions you might have. About singing, about me, about whatever. Oh yeah, a couple of days, new. Cool. Finally live, yep. Let's hang out, guys. Oh, 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 yeah. So I got no topics for today, guys. Just Q&A. So if you've got any questions about singing or about me, let me know. I've got my other phone here, so I might sort of maybe do some practice in between questions or something like that. See how I go. I'm not fully in the mood to practice, but I might do some. If you ain't got no questions. Practice coach. Okay. Yeah, I'm just loading it up. Ooh, 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 ooh. So this is what I'm trying to do. I got a weak spot here. Ooh, when it changes into that voice. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah. Out of nowhere question, is there like an age limit to learn proper singing? Good question, Lemuel. Honestly, I haven't taught anyone singing that's over 50. So I don't have much experience with people over 50. But under 50, I've never seen any sign of difference between people's voices. So the way a 5-year-old learned with me felt the same as when a 45-year-old learned with me. So I don't see any difference in ages. I do know that when you get older, some people have voice problems where their voice develops like weaknesses or wobbles or things like that. So I don't know if that's a real issue or if it's just like a rare problem or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't know about old people. But what age limit are you talking about? If you're just talking about, if you're between 5 and 45, 5 and 50, no. Yes. Are you talking about like, what's the word? You know, as in, if you don't learn when you're 10 years old or something, then you can't learn it when you're 30. Is that what you mean, maybe? I think that's maybe what you might mean, because I've had that kind of question before. No, there's no limit. Singing is a brain thing. It's not really a voice thing. See, the brain is what controls the voice. Brain or ear, you could call it. So most of my singing lessons are about teaching your brain how to hear notes. Once you can hear notes, as you learn to hear notes, you also practice strengthening the voice so that it can hold notes clearly. That's it. So anyone can actually learn, because it's just like learning any kind of a movement or skill. It's like learning how to catch a ball or something. You know what I mean? You have to learn to see it, and then you have to practice the actual catching and feel of blah, blah, blah. Same with the voice. You have to learn to hear it and then copy it. Anyone can do it. Yeah. Age doesn't matter. Good question. Good question. Can you teach the basics? What do you mean by basics? I teach people how to sing. So all levels. If you're a complete beginner and you can't even sing in tune, I can teach you how to sing. I don't do the basics like I don't teach that way. But my method, I use songs and I break songs into tiny pieces. It gets people to the goal of singing well. I don't really use the other way because I find it boring, and there's a better way to do it. Using songs that gets you to the goal faster and make sure that you get to the goal. Because a lot of my students now are actually students that have gone and learned the basics with other teachers, but they still don't know how to sing. They still can't sing in tune. They maybe they've developed part of their range. Maybe they can sing higher and lower, but they can't sing a song well. So I teach people how to sing songs well, no matter the level. Yeah. So I can teach anyone, basic, advanced, whatever. When you see me practice, I'm usually practicing advanced stuff because I'm an advanced singer. But I didn't always practice advanced stuff. So if you want to learn what it's about, come get lessons, man. Renji says, when it comes to R&B, is there any certain voices for it? I'm loving your questions, by the way, guys. These are great questions. Certain voices, no. There's no voice type. If you listen to R&B singers, you'll notice that they have different kinds of sounds. Like, for example, I have a very husky sound, kind of like Tyrese, if you know Tyrese, R&B singer. But someone else like Wanye Morris, he's got a little bit of husky sound, but he can go way higher than Tyrese, for example, and he can do falsetto. Tank's got like a different kind of sound. He's got very deep, thick sound and piercing sort of a falsetto. So all the R&B singers you hear today have different kinds of voices. The style of singing is maybe what you're talking about. So if you want to learn to sing R&B, you just teach yourself to sing in that style. So some singers, like for example, Green Day, I hope you have the time of your life. They intentionally make their voice sound a certain way because that's the style they're trying to do. They could totally sound R&B if they wanted to, but they don't want to. They choose to sound a certain way. So whatever style, if you want to sing R&B style, you can make your voice sound like that by copying the kind of techniques the artists do. So if it's 7 o'clock on the dot, I'm in my drop top, you can sing it like that, right? You can go, it's 7 o'clock on the dot, I'm in my drop top. Like, there's different ways to sing it. Depends what kind of sound you want. You could be like, it's 7 o'clock on the dot, I'm in my drop top, I'm cruising the streets. I'm cruising the streets, yeah, yeah. Different ways to sound. It's up to you, you know? Job says, please make an analysis. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I've got them in my list. Coming up slowly. How do you do your raspy vibrato? It sounds so cool. Thanks, Mr. Stranger. Well, my voice is raspy. So I just learned vibrato And then I learned how to control my different volumes and tones so that I can use all different sounds. So for example, cruising the street, I can do it like that. Cruising the street, I can do it like that, but I don't really use that one that much. Depends how loud I want to be. Cruising the street, that's more breathy. So I learned the skill of vibrato, and then I learned to do it with my different tones that I just demonstrated to you there. That was over many years. That's over listening to many of my favorite artists over the years, hearing them do it, and then gradually learning to imitate and do that myself. Yeah? So that's how I learned to do it. Everyone has different capability of creating many different tones. One way you can prove this is by seeing that those artists that do imitations of artists, like Ariana Grande does imitations, Jamie Foxx does imitations, Jim Carrey does imitations of singers, and you hear how accurate they sound when they copy a different singer's voice. So you can definitely modify your tone to suit what kind of style you want to do. If you want to be raspy, yeah, you have to learn how to get that part in your voice. Yeah, yeah, same note, different tones, right? Yeah, yeah, ooh yeah, oh, 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 oh. Ooh, different ways to sound, right? It's up to you. You have to practice a lot though. But my voice is very breathy. I was born with this very husky kind of sound. So I have had this sound, but I've had to learn how to be louder and do all those kind of different things because that didn't come naturally. The huskiness came naturally. So, there you go. Samal, how can I improve my falsetto? I always crack my voice when I use that. Yeah, good question. This is one of my areas where I had a lot of struggles too. I still crack sometimes in my falsetto, as you've probably seen from some of my videos. But I've improved so much on my falsetto, and the way I done it was I made a deal with myself, and I said, I'm gonna stop neglecting falsetto. What I did for many years was that my falsetto would always crack, so I left it for years and I never trained it. And then about 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I said to myself, I'm gonna try training falsetto every morning for 20 minutes, like 5 mornings a week or something like that. And when I started doing that, I started seeing progress. Gradual progress. So now I crack much less, and now I can actually go into falsetto without fully breaking. I still crack sometimes, but it's progressing. So I would recommend you get some lessons and learn how to use your falsetto, and then you practice your falsetto every day, nearly every day, okay, for a set amount of time. Give yourself a goal. I'm going to do, say, 5 minutes every day, just to get in the habit, and then you can gradually increase it, and then it'll get better and better. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh. So you'll learn how to use it, gradually. Make a list of songs that all have falsetto in them, so that you have something to practice. So you always have something to work on instead of just guessing, you know what I mean? I made a list of about 10, 20 songs that all had falsetto parts in them that I wanted to learn. So whenever I was going to practice in those 10, 20 minutes every morning, I was like, okay, which one do I want to do today? Because I did that work of making the list for myself. So the list is really motivating and inspiring. So that's a great way for you to get started. There isn't really a special trick other than you have to practice it a lot, make a lot of mistakes, fail a lot, and then gradually those failures will start to turn into tiny successes, and you'll get more and more accurate, and then you'll be able to do nice oh, oh, oh. You'll be able to do runs in there, you'll be able to hold it, sing melodies, you'll be able to blend from your chest to your falsetto. Okay? I was teaching this to my brother recently, and his falsetto was just so airy and breaky, and he was like, but nothing's coming out. And I'm like, do it again. And then in the lesson, we spent about 10-15 minutes doing it, and then he started noticing that it was coming out. So it would start to be clearer and clearer. And then the next lesson, he was like, just able to do it, didn't even think about it. And he's like, I can just do it now. And it doesn't sound perfect yet, but it's not breaking and cracking apart like it was the first 10, 20 times he tried it. So you surprise yourself when you practice a lot, when you put in a lot of reps, it just gradually improves. It's like magic. It's really impressive when it improves. But yeah, put in the reps, man. Put in the reps, Samal. Mr. Stranger. Spit out this gum. How would I know which key I am in? Is it basically where you feel comfortable pitch and low, high keys? Key is complicated. Key, it means you're singing all the notes, the correct notes in the song. So you don't have to know the name of the key, like C or B or whatever it is. You don't need to know the name. You just need to know which notes are the right notes. So the way I teach my students key is we take a song and we sing a phrase. So it could be like, I need you, boo. And then we learn how to get every note. I need you, boo. I need you, boo. And then you go fast. But you have to go slow and get every note right first. And then you have to get every phrase in the whole song right to be considered in key. So it might be in the key of C or D, but that doesn't matter. You don't even need to know that. You just need to know what the notes are and sing them correctly. So I recommend you take one phrase and you sing that phrase and make sure you got every note right. If you don't know how to do that, you need to get lessons. So that's the hardest part of singing. I can't teach you that over a video like this, That's where lessons are very important. Or you can try to work it out by yourself using Amazing Slowdowner by slowing it down and trying to figure out every note. Okay? There isn't a way to know what key you're in, really. There isn't really a program that does that. It's not really where you feel comfortable. That's kind of different. That's just your comfortable range. So you might change the key so it suits your comfortable range, but that's kind of a different thing than singing in key, if you know what I mean. It's kind of complicated, man. Probably need a while to demonstrate and show you. It's a great question, though. Lemuel says, I took voice lessons before around 13 and stopped after a year and left it hanging. And I'm around 30 at the moment and wanting to go back to do it again. So I was a little skeptical to go back. Oh, okay, sure. No, it doesn't matter. Maybe it might make you feel better, but I'm still learning now. So I'm 34 and I'm learning. I'm getting better at the moment right now. And I never actually started to officially learn singing, like notes and stuff like that properly, until I was 21. So that was actually the beginning when I first started. I started singing earlier, like maybe 14, 15, but I didn't have any system or anything like that. I didn't really make massive progress. I just learned songs, like I learned the melodies and I learned how they go, the timing, but I wasn't good. Like I didn't hit notes accurately. I wasn't always in key. I couldn't sing high. I couldn't sing runs. I couldn't sing notes like properly. I couldn't pronounce properly. My tone wasn't like very clear. So yeah, I started learning as an adult, man, as a young adult, as a 21 is when I started. And I'm still learning now. And my students are all different ages and they're all learning. Some of them in their 40s, some of them in their teens, some are in their 20s. It's all over the place. You're just an animal and you can learn tricks. Pretty much. That's just how it is, all right? Anyone can learn no matter what age they are. We're all just animals and we learn when we're given the right instructions and we put in enough repetitions, pretty much, and do corrections. So yeah, you can learn any age, bro. If you watch my practice playlist, I have a practice playlist showing pretty much nearly every single practice I've ever done in the last 6 months or so. So practice makes you better, no matter what age you are. I've put those videos up to show, as I'm getting better, to kind of go back and show, well, look, I didn't get better by accident. Here's all the 100 hours that I did in this last year of practice. You can actually go back and watch it and see what it was like. and see how much kind of change you make. Yeah. So always learning, no matter what age you are. Definitely. Otherwise, my job would be a fake. So if you're skeptical, the only way to really know is to try, really, isn't it? Or you either try yourself or you try to find evidence. So, yeah. I have reviews on my site, and I have on my site under the Watch My Transformation section on rnbsinginglessons.com, you can see me with my students, and you can see they're all different ages, and they all improve in the lesson, in the 20-minute or 40-minute lesson or whatever. You see them improve. So it's a small improvement because you can only make a small improvement in a small amount of time, obviously. But that small improvement, imagine small improvements over 100 lessons. What would happen? Become a big improvement, yeah? So that's how it works. Doesn't matter what age you are. Don't mind me says, thank you, coach, very much appreciated. You're welcome. Thanks for the question. Derek says, did you ever improve? Telling me, okay. Samal, who's Filipino artist you very like? I really like Kayla and JR. Kayla and JR have my favorite tones, you could say. Like the way their voice sounds and their exact style of singing. Yeah, they're probably my favorite. Yeah. I do like all the others, of course, I do like them. But I tend to react the most strongly to Kyla and JR. Mr. Stranger. That doesn't mean they're the best. All the artists are very similar level. It's just subjective, what I personally enjoy to listen to. And that's, everyone has their own feeling about that. So there's nothing, it's not about levels. Mr. Stranger, I teach students as well how to sing the basics. They usually tend to like me in a different way. Has any of your students liked you in a way much more than you ever expected? What do you mean? Like they like you sexually or something? I'm not sure what you mean. No, not really. Like, never really anything more than just a teacher and student, really. I don't know. I don't know how you would know if they like you. Do they tell you that? I mean, if people liked me, I wouldn't really know unless they told me. And sometimes when I used to teach in high school, I used to teach a big class though. I didn't just teach one-on-one. And sometimes the girls would say, "Oh, Mr. Hayek is like cute" or something like that. But it wasn't like, it was just because kids, high school kids do that. They like compare the teachers to each other and stuff like that. Yeah. It wasn't like one-on-one teaching though. It was different. But yeah, they might say little comments like that. I noticed I'm having breathing issues now. What do you mean you're having breathing issues? What do you mean by that? If you can talk, I don't see there's anything wrong with your breath. Yeah. As far as I've seen, anyone who can talk can learn singing. Like, there isn't really super special breathing involved. You learn the breathing gradually as you learn the phrases. You don't do like breathing exercises. So for example, if you're going to learn to hold a long note, you just practice holding long notes. So, I can fly. You just practice holding long notes, and then your breath gets better when you sing long phrases. So, yeah, you don't actually need to be practiced like or special breathing exercises or hissing or anything like that. Renji, wow, thank you so much, Coach, for answering. You're welcome. Thanks for the question. Kenny says, I love 90s R&B too. Yeah, me too. Can you do a snippet of Lately by Stevie Wonder? Oh, that's a nice song. Like that. Lately I have had the strangest feeling, with no vivid reason as to why. But none thoughts of you have been creeping round my mind. Well, I'm a man of... Oh, I don't know how it goes. I forgot it. Just the other night when you were sleeping, I vaguely heard you whisper someone's name. But when I ask thoughts you're keeping, you just say nothing's changed. Well, I'm a man of many wishes. Hope my premonition misses, but what I really feel, my eyes won't let me hide, 'cause they always start to cry. 'Cause this time could mean goodbye. Bye. That's a hard one. Oh, I go off key sometimes on that one. I gotta learn it better. Yeah. There you go. A little bit. Renji, another question, coach. When I sing, my nose gets stuffed. How to avoid it? I don't know what you mean. I've never experienced that. And I've never had a student that's that. If you have a stuffy nose, do you have phlegm? Because if you have phlegm, that's a problem with your body producing too much phlegm. I used to produce a lot of phlegm, like in my throat and in my nose, when I used to eat a lot of dairy, like milk, yogurt, that kind of stuff, full cream especially. When I went vegan, I stopped having a lot of mucus and phlegm. So I swapped, because apparently dairy is very inflammatory and it produces a lot of phlegm and mucus. So when I stopped eating dairy, stopped eating cheese and yogurt and milk, which I used to have a lot of, and I swapped, and now instead of cheese and yogurt and milk, I have soy milk, or I like light soy milk, or I just don't have milk products, or sometimes I have soy yogurt. But now I just mainly fruits, veggies, grains, beans, nuts, those kind of things, and I don't have as much, nowhere near as much phlegm as I used to. So you might be having too much phlegm. So I would suggest looking into reducing dairy maybe in your diet, or removing it. Michael, do you like Filipino singers? Do I like them? Yeah, of course I like them. Can't you tell from my reactions? Gone out of focus here a little bit. I wonder why. That's weird. There we go. Coach, please make an analysis of One Day. You know what? I listened to the One Day and I didn't really like it. It was back when I first started making the reactions, and I listened to up to the chorus of the song, and I really wasn't that into it, so I kind of just stopped the reaction. But then later, I listened to Bugoy, because I could tell he had a great voice when I heard One Day, but I just didn't like that kind of song. I'm very picky with what kind of songs I like. So later I listened to Bugoy and I did a reaction on him when he was singing Angels Brought Me Here on the Voice show. I think it was Voice or Idol, Philippine Idol, I'm not sure. And I absolutely love him. So I absolutely love Bugoy's voice. But I didn't like that song, and I wanted my reactions to be honest. So I didn't want to put a negative reaction out there where I sort of don't like the song. So I stopped a minute and a half in. So that's why I didn't do one for One Day. I was going to do another one because so many people asked for it. But I might do another one because maybe there's more in the song that I will like. But yeah, that was the reason. I'm very picky with my music. Coach, how can we reach you if you want to sing this one? Great question. So you go to my website. My website's rnbsinginglessons.com. Okay. Can I write it here? How do I write a comment? I don't think I can. Anyway, yeah. So you go to rnfornelli.bsinginglessons.com, and you can check out my calendar and see if it fits your times. And then you buy a lesson, and then you book on the calendar. That's it. Okay. Then I'll receive an email that you've bought a lesson and booked, and then I'll send you the rest of the information from there. Okay. Corey, I'm 43. Hey, Corey, I'm 43 and I'm getting better. I know people in their 70s who have amazing voices, so don't worry about age. Ah, awesome. There you go. Thanks for that, Corey. Me and Corey did a lesson on the weekend. It was fantastic. We had a great time. It was our first time meeting each other, and yeah, it was really fun. He's got a fantastic voice, killer range, makes me jealous. So, yeah, he's learning advanced runs with me, and a little bit of other stuff as well. Michael Havana says, "Do you think Filipino singers are the best in the world?" No, I wouldn't say they're the best in the world because they're the same level as the artists that I like that are American. And I know Arabic singers that are incredible from growing up because I grew up Arabic. I grew up listening to Arabic music, so and I've heard a lot of live singers that are really incredible, like just as incredible as the ones I've been reacting to. So I would say that they're at the ones that I've been reacting to, they are at the top level. Yes, they're in that. I would say there's a top level of singers, and that's based on the skills that you do, like how good your vibrato is, how good your range is, how good your runs are, how good your pitch accuracy is on all your lyrics, your pronunciation, your placement. And I would say that the singers I've been reacting to, they're at the top. So they are the best of singers, but not. But there are singers of other nationalities that sing as good as them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Such as Ariana Grande, such as Tank, such as Wanya Morris from Boyz II Men, such as Mariah Carey, such as some Arabic artists that I listen to as well. Yeah. Okay. Mr. Stranger, unlike other YouTubers and coaches, you really do take the time to answer to every reply. That is awesome. Thank you. I like hearing what you guys have to say. So, sometimes I'll just put like a love on it because it does take a while to actually press reply and then do like smiley faces or something like that. So I've just been putting a love, and then occasionally, depending on what the comment is, I'll write a response as well. But I really like what you guys have to say. So I'm not sure what other coaches do because I don't really look that closely at all their comments and stuff like that and their videos. So that's cool. Thanks, man. I'm glad you guys like that. What was the most embarrassing thing that happened to you while you were singing live or performing? Good question. My voice cracks sometimes, so that feels a little bit embarrassing. So my voice will go like that. Not exactly that sound, but I might be going for a high note and maybe, it wasn't a good day for that high note. Or maybe the stage was very loud and I couldn't hear myself clearly and I thought I could hit a particular note, but I couldn't. And my voice would crack. Sometimes I wouldn't be focusing enough and I crack on a note that I can normally do. So it sounds a bit funny when a note cracks, so it feels a little bit embarrassing. That's probably the most embarrassing thing. Other than that, just general, sometimes you get a little bit of nerves, a little bit of stage fright. Sometimes you think, oh, maybe they don't like the song I'm singing, maybe they're a different style. It's hard to read audiences sometimes. But yeah, probably the most embarrassing thing is when my voice cracks. And that's a problem that I'm still working on. And I looked up a lot of my favorite singers singing live over the years. And I've noticed that sometimes they'll crack as well. So it makes me feel not as bad to know that even my favorite singers who are absolutely incredible and they're incredible live, sometimes live they still make mistakes and they crack still. So they are still human. So I don't feel that bad when I make a mistake like that because I know that even my favorite singers make mistakes like that as well, occasionally. So my goal is just to always get better and perform at my best when I'm on stage. So I don't really get too embarrassed because I kind of try to keep it real because I'm aware of what the best kind of mistakes the best singers make. So I'm like, if they're the best and they make those mistakes, then who am I to think I should be perfect all the time? So I tend to not get embarrassed. I've built my stage confidence up over many years of practice, over many years of going to karaoke and singing live, meeting a lot of people, watching them sing live, seeing the confident people and the shy people. And you notice that the confident people, the people that aren't afraid, the people that just be themselves on stage, they're very fun to watch. So I thought, I want to be like that. I just want to be myself on stage, like as if I'm just singing at home for my favorite people that I'm comfortable with. I want to be like that on stage. So I really tried to be like that, and I think I am like that now. And that's helped my channel, my YouTube channel, and of course making YouTube videos is really helping me with my confidence as well. Working as a high school teacher for 7 years, I was up on stage in front of classrooms 5 times a day, every day. And I went to casual schools and I used to have to sing in front of these classes and teach them. That built my confidence a lot too. That was very scary when I first did that. So, and it stayed scary even years later because you always meet new students and it's kind of scary to have 30 people watching you, and some people don't like your style and some people really like you, really like your style. Some people they have good ears even though they're young, so they can judge you very well, And so I kind of learned to deal with it over the years, you know. Derek says, there are some weird non-specific questions in this chat. Saul says, what is your singing goal? Great question. My singing goal is to sing as good as Brian McKnight, Tank, and Wanya Morris, who are probably 3 of my favorite artists. The skills that they do when they sing, I want to be able to sing those same skills. I want to have those same skill sets, the same runs, the same speed of runs, same creativity, the same pitch accuracy, vibrato, range, falsetto, blend, pronunciation, placement, volume, all those kind of things. I want to have those same skills as a singer, because I find the more my skills increase, the more I enjoy singing. It becomes even more fun, and it becomes really fun to share as well. And the effect you have on people when you sing better is really nice too. When I go to karaoke, or I sang in front of classes, or I sing with students, or I sing on YouTube, the responses you get and the effect that it has on people is really, really nice. And you can see it really moves people the same way that I'm moved when I listen to my favorite artists. So I want to have that same ability, even just when I'm singing at home doing the dishes, or singing for my girlfriend, or singing for myself while I'm practicing in front of a video, or not in front of anyone. The feeling is so nice to be good at something and to improve at it gradually. Just the sheer pleasure of singing and singing well, that's my goal, to increase it, to increase my pleasure that I get when I'm singing, to increase my pleasure that I get when I'm singing, because it just feels amazing to create that art, you know what I mean? Renji, oh, it's the dairy. Thank you again and again, Coach. Oh, you're welcome. There you go. If you're eating a lot of dairy, definitely you could be doing it. Hey, Suva, how you doing? You're welcome, Michael. Jay Express, hey man, hey Jay, what's up? I want to get my hat, guys. Getting a bit. I've had 40 minutes of sun, so let me just put my hat on. Give me a sec. I'm gonna buy a new hat, I promise. I've just been trying to find one that has like that back where it stretches, because I like this one. It's like kind of stretches on the back of my head. The ones with the things that you press, they didn't like fit quite right. So I want to be comfortable, you know? All right. Let's see. Just want to cover my phone a bit because it's in the sun. Whoop. Come on. Bit tricky, damn it. There we go. Technology. Corey, thanks for said you're too kind. No, man, I just speak the truth, Corey. I just speak the truth. You're blowing me away with those high notes, man. Damn, and that head voice. So jealous. Yeah, Corey we were doing One Last Cry when Brian McKnight goes, and on. We're doing that, but Corey was singing the part where he goes, but he was just doing it with this like power and vibrato, and he actually sounded a lot like Brian, and I was like, damn son. I was trying to contain myself though, because I was trying to teach at the same time. Reynards, is someone too late to improve their skills? Never too late. Never too late. We are just animals that can be trained. We're dogs that can learn new tricks. So it's never too late, man. You just have to do stuff enough. You have to learn how to do it the right way first. So that's where you need help from a teacher. It can be either through videos, courses, or real lessons. Real lessons are always the best way. And then you need to repeat a lot. So most of my lessons, if you ask my students, are a lot of repetition. So once I show someone how to do something, then they try it, and as they're trying it, they make mistakes, and then I'm there to say, no, that's wrong, no, that's wrong. And then when I say, no, that's wrong, I give them the fix. They make the correction. So they usually make maybe 10, 20 mistakes. And once they made those 10, 20 mistakes, I give them the fixes. They get the fixes, and then they repeat dozens of times. And I make them repeat it a couple dozen times over the course of the lesson. And then that's what makes you better. So anyone can learn no matter what age you're at or no matter what level you're at. You just need a teacher that can give you the right fixes for your current mistakes. And then you need to do lots of reps with the guidance of the teacher so that they can correct you, so you're not doing reps of the wrong things, and you'll get better. That's it. If the way I learned that, for example, was if. So I probably spent a few hours learning each and one of those every notes. And then once I learned all the notes and I got them right, then I had to learn how to do them in time. And then I had to learn how to get faster. So the first stage was fixing my mistakes. When I'm trying to learn the notes, I kept making mistakes. Oh, I'm singing the wrong note, not sure what this note is, make a couple dozen mistakes, maybe a couple hundred mistakes, eventually get to the point where I don't make any mistakes, and then I'm just trying to get faster. And that's where I put in many reps with mistakes to get without mistakes, couple dozen, and then couple hundred or couple thousand reps without mistakes, so that it gets faster. Okay. Derek, dang, you should help me out. Silva, I have problem with pitch. Okay. Derek says, I have the money, Rashad. I just got to put it on a card. I've been really busy though. Put what on a card? Do you mean lessons? Put it on a card. Yeah, man. Yeah, come get. Oh no, it's hard when you're busy. I know what you mean. It's so hard. Yeah. But yeah, whenever you're free, man. That's why I do short lessons, so that you can at least do a little bit every week. So if you get free, try to fit it in once, at least once, once every week, once every fortnight or whatever. We'll get going. Or you can do like a long lesson and then take a few weeks off and then do another long lesson. We can do like an hour or something, and then you can do another hour in a few weeks. There's many ways to do it. Oh, I got some money. Thank you very much, Reynard Cayetano. Gave me $5. That's the first time I got money. It comes up green for me. Oh, cool. Thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate that. Is there an age where they plateau skills-wise? By the way, thanks for all the wisdom you impart. It helps those who sing and use it in our daily lives. Thank you. Thanks for the monetary, the little tip there. I'm guessing you're giving me that tip because of all the stuff that I've been teaching. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Like I said earlier, I don't know if you heard it, but I've never taught people over 50. So I don't personally know about teaching singers over 50. I have taught people guitar over 50. The oldest guy I taught was 75. But I never taught singers over 50, so I don't know much. But Corey, earlier in the messages, said that he knows people in their 70s who sing really well. And I remember watching Pavarotti's dad sing, and he sounded really, really great. It depends what you mean by plateau. Personally, I've seen people learn at any age because I've taught people other skills like computing and guitar at old ages, and obviously people can learn because you have old people and we talk to them and they learn new things about us. skills wise, I don't see why they wouldn't learn. Maybe there might be a limit as to how high or low they will sing. Maybe. Maybe there's a plateau there. I'm not sure. But definitely, I don't think there will be a plateau in ability to copy pitch and sing accurately. But if we're talking about people that are under 50, no, I've never seen a limit. I've never seen a plateau. I've never seen someone that's actually my friend who's in his early 40s has fantastic range. His range, it's like he hits high C's like incredibly. And the guy I was teaching and who's in the chat today, Corey, he was hitting high notes. Like he showed me his range and he was hitting high C's and D's really beautifully. So his range hasn't plateaued at all. He did them really powerfully. If anything, I would probably argue that people get better as they get older if they train. I'm better than I've ever been. I'm better than I was when I was 20. When I was 20, my limit was a G sharp. And now I've been hitting B's and C's that I could never hit before. I even hit an E in one of my videos, which I couldn't do a few months ago. So, yeah, I don't think there's a plateau, Reynard. Thanks again for the donation, man, for the tip. Don't Mind Me says, Coach, how can I improve my vibrato in high notes? Yeah, great question. The higher you sing, the harder all the skills become to do. So singing vibrato, there versus there. I remember when I was learning vibrato in my higher notes, it was harder because higher notes usually are harder to sustain. So it's harder to do vibrato because you're having trouble just sustaining the note. So what you do is you get comfortable singing a straight note first. And then you learn to add vibrato. So in the high notes, if you can't sustain the high note, if you can't even sustain it, it's going to be very hard to learn vibrato. So you have to learn to sustain high notes for a few seconds before you can learn to add vibrato. So learn to sustain them with a straight tone first. My voice is a bit tired today. Okay. Big Kahuna, hey. Thanks. Hey, Big Kahuna. Greetings, Coach. There's 2 Brian McKnight cover you might want to check out. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, Michael P. and Carla. Oh, Home. I love Home. Oh my God. I love that one. I gotta find my way back home. Master, upon my knees I pray. I just wanna be the clay. Put your arms around me. Control me, hold me, wash me whiter than the snow. I gotta find my way. I've forgotten it. I've forgotten how it goes a bit, but I love that one. That's one of my favorites. And Kyla, I'm sure she's gonna kill it with her head voice. Gotta check that out. 6812, of course. Classic, love that one. Thanks, man. I'll check them out. You know me well. Derek says, I got you, man. I'm 17 with 2 jobs working my ass off. I'm getting into activities too, but I will definitely find time because I'm determined. Yeah, man. Whenever you're ready, bro. I know a lot of my students are really motivated and do a lot of things at the same time. So I get that. You're very high. A lot of my students are very high achievers. So I understand that you're busy. I'll be here when you're ready. Okay? TBG King. Hey, shout out, please. You're a new fan here. Yo, TBG, what's up? Reynard. Oh, message retracted. Probably wrote something by accident. All right, guys. I'm going to head back to work. It's been an absolute pleasure answering your questions. These questions have been phenomenal today. Thank you so much. I didn't even do any practice. You guys kept me busy with questions, but that was good. I felt like talking today. I didn't feel like practicing because I already practiced a lot this morning and last night. Peace, J Express. Peace, what is this? Peace, man. Oh, Reynard, again with the tips. Thank you so much. Reynard Caetano gives a $5 tip, $4.99. Thanks for that answer. I appreciate it. By the way, I currently sing at my church as the lead and I want to improve, but started late when I was 23. Great question. How old are you now? And that's not late, by the way. I started when I was 21, so it's not late at all. It doesn't matter how old you are now. If you want to do lessons, man, we can definitely get going, all right? We'll get right into it, and I'll help you with whatever your weak spots are and help you kill it even more at church, okay? You're welcome, don't mind me. Bikunis is just curious, is there any quick remedies singers take after some voice strains, like honey and tea or anything of that sort? Uh, if it suits you, you can do that. But I find maybe I like hot tea. Yeah, I like that, like black tea. I just have black tea with sugar, like brown sugar. 33. Hey, Renard, you're my age, man. I'm 34. So definitely, bro, you can kill it. I'm still learning now. I'm still learning and progressing with my runs, my vibrato, my range, my pitch accuracy overall. So definitely, let's do some lessons, Renard. You're gonna love it, I guarantee. Yeah, Bikuna. So the best thing I found is just to shut up, just to rest, like to really rest my voice. Uh, Try not to talk a lot because sometimes you use your voice a lot when you talk. Try not to sing too much. Try to sing easier stuff whenever your voice is tired. Black tea or whatever tea helps you. Something hot, something warm, but not too hot because you don't want to burn the vocal cords. I don't drink cold. I don't like drinking cold stuff at all. So, occasionally I'll drink like cold fruit juices and stuff. But I don't drink cold water. I drink room temperature because if it's too cold, it can actually irritate your cords. So, yeah, that's my remedy. Rest that means resting talking as well, resting off high notes, and hot drinks, but not too hot. You don't want to scald yourself. Okay, guys, thanks again. It's been incredibly fun. Thank you, Reynard, again for the tips. I really appreciate those tips. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, wait. I want to finish the question. In your opinion, what happened to Mariah Voice? Did she permanently injure her larynx? I don't know. I would think maybe she did some overuse. I don't know if she's got permanent damage, but it could be overuse. It could be nodules. It could be maybe oh no. Oh, this thing came off. Maybe she doesn't want to have surgery. Maybe she can't have surgery. Maybe she's too afraid to have surgery. Maybe she keeps singing on it when she should be taking a break. Maybe she talks too much. Maybe she's too much in loud places where she has to talk loud. I don't really know. There's so many things, but overuse is definitely a big possibility. It's sad, right? We really have to take care of our voices. All right, Justin, thanks for that. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.